Good morning, people. Right, it's May 27th 2020, and it's just coming up to 8 o'clock in the morning. And if anyone follows my Twitter feed, they'll know I had prepared for shorts on certain currency pairs today, due to, I said, look, big daily candles, guys, highly likely, especially as they're into support and resistance over here, highly likely to reverse down. I didn't say they were going to reverse. I'm not into calling trades, but whenever we have a big candle and it's into some sort of resistance, like that one there, then or support for that matter, then we are hunting for reversals. So hopefully some of you got that during the Asian session. It's not hard, guys. All you got to do at the end of the day, see whether we've had a big candle, and then decide. Use your tools in your toolbox, your 3 candle reversals on the lower time frames, M15, M30, H1, along with the RSI histo alert, and all you have to do is study a few of these. This is a good trading plan in itself. And I suppose really you could trade tiny candles as well, because tiny candle or a big candle, something big is going to happen. Okay, hadn't even thought of looking at little candles like that. So there's one there. It's going to break out one way or the other, so that's another one on your watch list. And then just use the tools in your toolbox to trade these breakouts and reversals. So GJ was the same, not such a big move. EU was the same, lovely trend reversal on that. Let's have a look at the let's draw. That's the levels at the start of the new candle, then just drop down to the 15, and there it is there. High, low, lower, high, lower, low. We've dropped below the hourly 8 EMA. It's turned red, and straight down to the pivot. So at that point, and notice your histo alert as well, done its job. So 20 pips if you'd got in nice and early. Do your levels on there and so on and so forth. Lots and lots of pairs like this. GJ, same thing, trend down. Draw your levels on the lows of the M30, H1, and so on and so forth. Wait for the reversal, and then use the histo to get into the trade. Oh, excuse me. So cable this morning. I did take a couple of trades overnight because I couldn't sleep, but I won't go into those at this point. Winning trades as well, mostly cable. So we can see this is cruising on down. We've got an H4 below us there. That's the reversal candle. Then I'm doing this backwards, but I would have had the H1 on there, so that's that green there, or the red. I think they're both about the same, so you should be precise about these and find the exact level, but for the sake of this video, let's have a look actually while we're here. It's no point being lazy. The high is 3508, and the high of that green one is 3492. So yeah, that is the penultimate high. Then we've got that higher high there. We've reversed here, closed below the green level, done some messing about again, reversed here again, come back down again, and ultimately we've just tested that H4 low, which is what I expected to happen. Not quite tested it yet, in fact, so there's still room to go. If it's going to go lower, it has to test and break through that, of course. So they're always good areas for potential targets. That's the whole point. Now we had the what I call the swan song. Some people call it pump and dump. This thing here, and I was watching at this point. I was heavily into what was going on with the Histo alert, as you know, I rely on that a lot, as long as I've got my reversals in place as well. Lovely 5-minute reversal there, low, high, high, low, high, high. Those 3 candles there, 1, 2, 3, disregard this one, because it didn't break the high of that, obviously. If it's not obvious to you, that's why, sorry. And we'd broken all these levels of support. Nice ascending trend line. Don't draw them very often these days, but I used to trade those with this 3 candle reversal as well. So 15-minute, we were pushing through this low here at the time I entered my trade, which was another good, and we'd broken that low there, and we'd done the pump and dump, or the swan song that I used to call this as well. So that is this morning's trade, very straightforward, and 7 pips net of spread. So there you go, guys. This is something that you have to be aware of when you're trading. Don't think it's going to reverse just because it's looking, they've pushed that thing up there. Just hold your nerve, and if you're in the trade, well, your stop should be above swing 2, swing 1, swing 2, swing 3, or above some sort of resistance and support. This is the old support on the left hand side, which forces price up, of course. So I normally talk about having a safety stop of about 25 pips. If I'm not by my trade, then I want that sort of stop. And what would that distance have been there? About 17, 18 pips really. If you put it above 2, swing 1, 2, 3, 4 is this pullback here that we've got. So, and swing 5 is the trade. So I think this has got a long way to go, but in terms of the fact that pivot is there and stuff, but never trade what I think or what I do. Always do your own analysis. So about this safety stop as well, that is there for if you're making a coffee or you're walking away from the charts. It's precise. As I've talked about before, these exhaustion phases, this is what they've done. They've exhausted the buyers, they've brought in some more buyers, and they've taken out stops and things in these people that are in these short trades, started to panic because it's not gone fast enough for them. If you believe that retail traders even matter to the banks and whatnot, I just believe it's total manipulation using their own money to move the price around. They have to deny it, and all the institutions and the watchdogs as well probably know it goes on, but it's a question of catching it, isn't it? Retail traders will never move the market, so there's just not enough money. So you'd need billions to move the market, millions to move the market. So that's it, guys. So that was it. The mechanics of that trade, always the same. This was telegraphed to you, as it were, yesterday. These big candles. US dollar Swissy was the same on the daily. That's gone up. There you go, up to the pivot. Daily chart, big red candle at support. Look for these opportunities, guys. They are, and even these small ones we've just talked about, is it going to break up high, or do we take the break low? Well, you don't want to be trading into all this resistance. So you just have to use a bit of common sense, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Trading is made to look difficult. All these people trying to sell you courses, sell you trading rooms. That trading room that's been going since about 7 o'clock this morning, they'll all be there, 700 or 800 of them or more, just watching this guy talking about resistance levels and support levels, and then walking off at 10:30 and no one's had a trade. And what's the point of that, really? Just get yourself in front of your charts, guys. Learn your analysis, learn price action. You only have to look at candles. yesterday I did something. Sorry, I'm going off topic now, but I've never done a search for 3 candle reversal, and if you do a search for that, you'll find something similar to what I do, but they don't talk about the trades, the trends within trends, that the pattern works on every time frame. And then there's lots of other 3 candle reversals, and we can apply the histogram to any of these chart patterns. But the point I'm trying to make is the candle patterns, some people tend to forget. They look at an evening star or a morning star or something like that was one of them I read about yesterday. I know about these patterns because I read about them 15 years ago. But they think you're supposed to be trading them on the daily chart or the 15-minute chart. They forget all the other time frames in between, and then they forget to understand, if you've got one on a daily chart, yeah, brilliant, but don't just take the target from the daily chart. Trade within it and scalp it and think outside the box slightly, So anyway, that's my preach for the morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and remember to look for those big daily candles at the end of the day. They are solid gold. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.